so we want to do 12.4 number 55C-ish. I dumped some of the instructions because we were going to do it anyway. So we want to graph this function. F of x is minus the quantity x minus 3 squared plus 2, which we might note is a completed square. Right? Cool. So how do I graph shifty things? What do you guys expect this thing to look like?
A parabola.
Yeah, it should be a parabola. What else do I know about it? I don't know. It's not in the usual spot at least, right? Oh, I know it's going to be face downwards because there's a negative. Okay. So let me think. How do I do shifty things?
You do the order of operations to figure out what order you're going to do stuff in.
Okay, so if I put an x in, what's the first thing I do with the x?
Subtract 3.
Okay, then what's the next thing I do?
Square.
Square. Oh, that's the function that I'm kind of basing my shape on, right? So that's what I kind of think of as the rule, right? That's the thing that's giving me that kind of fundamental U shape, right? Okay, then what happens after I square it?
Multiply by -1.
Okay, I flip the sign. And then what happens last?
Add 2.
Add 2. Okay, so what about these? Why would I do this? Wait, hang on. What do these mean?
They're all shifts.
Okay, these are all shifts, and now I can figure out which ones are which. So this -3 happens before the function that's giving me my shape, right? So that's an input or output kind of thing. Is that changing the inputs or changing the outputs? Yeah, that's changing the inputs. Because it's happening before I do the rule, right? So it's modifying the things I'm putting into the square function. You guys see that? That tells me it's got to be a
Horizontal shift.
horizontal thing. And which way do the horizontal things go?
It's going to go
That
right.
goes to the right.
The wrong way, yeah? So this one goes to the right. So this is right, how much?
3.
3. Okay, and then I have the rule that's giving me my shape, right? That's telling me I'm dealing with a parabola. Then what's the next thing tell me?
Flip it
So
upside down.
flip it upside down.
Yeah, that's flip over x-axis, right? Okay, and then what's the +2 do?
Move it
Up 2.
up.
So that's modifying the outputs, right? That's why this was a vertical flip, because it was modifying outputs. This is also an output modification, so that's a vertical shift. And which way do those ones go?
Up and down. And since this is positive, it'll go up.
They go the kind of way you would expect, right? Up and down, and adding goes up because, yeah, vertical things work the way I expect. Okay, so if I'm trying to draw a picture of this, see, I start with a parabola, right? This is kind of the standard x² parabola, right? Then I need a couple of points on this to kind of keep track of. So what are your 3 favorite points on the parabola?
0, 0, 1, 1, -1, -1.
Okay, so I was with you till you got to the last one.
-1, 1.
Yeah, that one's -1 as an input and 1 as the output, right? Okay, so that's my starting position. That's my parabola. Then what's the first thing that happens to it?
Moves to the right.
Okay, it moves right 3 units. So what's that?
0, 3.
Yeah, remember we're modifying the input, so it should change the x's, right? Okay, so I'm really, yeah, moving right 3, which is going to add 3 to the x's that I'm dealing with here. So I've got 3, 0,
2, 1.
2, 1, and
4, 0.
4, 1. Okay, so there's my parabola. Okay, so that's my shift right 3, right? This is R3, right 3. Then I do flip. So now what's my picture?
3, 0, 2.
Wait, why doesn't 3, 0 change?
Because it's the vertex.
It's the vertex.
Because it's on the axis you're flipping over, right? The vertex could change if I moved something up and then flipped it over, right? But this is flipping over the x-axis, so I'm on this line and I'm rotating the picture around it, right? So it stays there. How about the other two? Where do they go?
2, -1, and 4, -1.
Awesome. So they go to 2, -1, and 4, -1. So there's my parabola again. Okay, and then my next shift is up 2. Oh, and this is my last one, right? So I should probably draw this big and in reasonable colors. Okay, so big and in reasonable colors.
3 and 2 is the vertex.
Labeled axes, maybe, to be really fancy. Wait, what?
3 and 2 is the vertex.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
4 and 1.
So 3, 2 is the vertex, and then 4, 1. How'd you get that?
I added
2 to the
2
y.
to
Yeah, you
-1.
took the y coordinate there and added 2. So I got 4, 1,
And 2.
and 2, 1. And now what?
You've got your parabola.
Parabola. Okay. Oh, wow. Horrible. Parabola got horrible.
Did you miss all of them?
Yeah, I did. Every single point I drew, I missed. Cool. So I like this. Labeled axes and some points. Cool?
Yeah.
Questions? Okay. Awesome.